the area of Casellino. Along the route, we come across the Church of John the Apostle, a votive chapel which stands, today as in the past, surrounded by vineyards. It was extended in 1724 and designated at the end of the 1700s as property of the community of Montestruto. The landscape is constantly changing, even in places where time seems to have stopped. On closer inspection, we find clues of natural phenomena and generations of human activity that have, over time, altered the environment. Witnesses of stories that were started and perhaps abruptly interrupted. We are in Settimo Vittone's hamlet of Casellino, formerly part of the municipality of Montestruto. We come across an abandoned structure made of two buildings standing side by side on different levels. On the ground floor, a vaulted arch creates a covered passageway necessary for continuing along the route. On the right side, an inscription probably reports the year 1711. As we make our way in, we find an ancient stable, and on the other side, we can notice that the building lies on the parent rock that is coming out from the ground. Some of the interior passages are below the floor level and are partially obstructed by rubble and vegetation that has found space between the stones. Inside the passage, a vaulted doorway has been blocked to prevent access. Beyond the passageway, in the woods, we can see terracing made for cultivating patches of land that surrounds the building. Some springs dot the slope, hidden by the thick of the forest. Behind the complex, mighty boulders lie on the ground, dragged downstream by ancient and raging forces. Who lived in this village? For what purpose was the arched passageway built? Why was the complex abandoned? There is written information of several houses inhabited in the Casellino area, dating back to 1675. A century later, the group of houses was still inhabited. There was also a large building to the north of those that are still standing today, and meadows, vegetable patches, and vineyards surrounding the hamlet. We can read that a naked fortress stood in front of the houses, and the large outcrop of smoothed rock is still visible. At that time, the arched buttress and the terracing above the rock had not yet been built. What is certain is that the hamlet, occupied in the 17th and 18th centuries, at some point was abandoned. Today, the inhabitants of the area pass on the story of a serious landslide that almost completely swept the hamlet away, and with it, numerous lives. In historical records, there are memories of countless landslides and catastrophic events in the entire valley between the 1600s and the 1800s. The Kemp landslide, for example, which occurred in the mid-1800s, ruined the whole area we are passing through, destroying vineyards and houses. As we pass the portal, leaving behind the charm of suspended time, and coming out of the woods, we enter a basin of terraced vineyards.